a blood-curdling boogeyman.
He has hooves for his feet, large wings.
It has a hairy, devilish hand.
This is a four-legged monstrosity.
But which local legend brings the biggest fright?
Mothman. We're talking about a figure that's 7 feet tall, glowing red eyes.
Light on it. It scared the hell out of me my whole life.
The black-eyed children. And once you invite them in, all hell breaks loose.
We're taking you from coast to coast to meet the scariest monsters in the U.S.
He's huge, and he's fast, and he's dangerous.
By all accounts, this creature should have come out of Dr. Frankenstein's lab.
From a sinister sea creature
That's what's causing these drownings.
to a horrifying home invader.
They would hear the sound of chains rattling and the sounds of knocks on the walls.
From a legendary swamp monster to a cunning cannibal.
It needs to eat. It needs to feed.
We've narrowed it down to 10, but only one can reign supreme. Will your state monster make the cut?
It's the scariest, most terrifying, deadliest monster I hope you never encounter.
Join us, if you dare, as we count down the most haunting, bloodthirsty, and wicked monsters America has ever seen. The United States of America, home to amber waves of grain and purple mountains' majesty. But lurking in the shadows of this picturesque landscape are the beasts of our collective nightmares.
Scary narratives kind of follow us around. Accounts of ghosts, of monsters.
There's new ones coming all the time. Stories that we've not yet found the evidence for. Maybe we never will.
If we take these stories at their word, we're dealing with something much more bizarre than we could ever imagine.
But which mysterious being sends the biggest shivers down your spine? Our journey to find the scariest monster starts along the sprawling plains of the Lone Star State, where we find number 10 on our list. A four-legged vampire that's striking fear in the South. It's the Texas Chupacabra.
The Chupacabra's name means the goat sucker.
The Chupacabra does have an unsettling appearance, almost as though it's a hybrid of an alligator and a wolf.
It has very sharp teeth, really sharp pointy ears, but at the same time, reptile-like feet.
This is a four-legged monstrosity, a wild animal trying to survive, out there devouring livestock, draining the blood from them with 2 bites on its neck.
I mean, it sucks your blood. That's typical vampire behavior.
The first recorded sightings of this ferocious beast were in the early 1990s, when farmers began noticing dead livestock and a strange creature roaming closely nearby.
Never expect something like this to happen down here, but...
For Jeannie Torres, it was a frightening discovery. 16 of her chickens found dead inside their coop. At first, she thought it might have been a dog that managed to get to her birds. But after examining them, she says she's convinced it was the work of the Chupacabra. You see, each chicken has a puncture wound, and legend has it that's the trademark of the Chupacabra.
The Chupacabra is one of the more recent animals or monsters in the field of the supernatural, only dating back a few decades.
The original description was something bipedal with a large, kind of elongated skull, more humanoid in appearance.
Spikes running down its back, glowing red eyes, sharp teeth.
3 to 4 feet tall and kind of large almond-shaped eyes, so more alien-like.
I think most cryptids are based in our primal fears, and then they evolve and evolve with stories.
A cryptid is basically an unhuman figure. Of course, many of these cryptids can take human form or can possess human in nature, but it's basically this idea of a monster, and it has a narrative or a legend that attaches itself to it.
Like the Bible, a lot of these legends are told as motif with lessons, valuable life lessons, whether ironic, humorous, or frankly quite frightening.
Supernatural creatures give us a way to put a face and a body and a name to things that go bump in the night, things that make us feel afraid or make us feel uncomfortable in ways that we can't quite put a finger on.
But those that have experienced the Chupacabra for themselves have come to know a different truth.
You can't rule out a story because you think it's too weird, because when you're dealing with the weird, what is too weird? Where is that line?
The African mountain gorilla was considered a crypto creature mythology until about 1905, when the mountain gorillas were finally documented by scientists and everyone could see they really existed. They were not a myth.
There's always this evolving relationship with the world around us where we think we figured it out and then something happens that completely rearranges our understanding all over again.
Skeptics claim the Chupacabra is merely a mangy dog or a rabid coyote. But these Texas golf course workers feel differently after discovering what some believe to be a dead Chupacabra along a wooded driving range.
I don't know. It's just weird. Weird animal. It was like a shaved weenie dog with raccoon feet, a possum tail, and a possum head.
If you look at the claws on it and the feet, nothing like it. I've never seen anything like it. I don't know what it is.
Most of the witnesses, they're avid outdoorsmen and women. They're hunters, they're trappers, they're hikers. They know the local wildlife. They're adamant. They're entirely convinced that this creature is something not of any known species.
And they've got proof.